To start this look, we're going to use a black cream base. I'm using a gel eyeliner just to apply to the eyelid to intensify the rest of the look. I'm using a synthetic flat brush to put this on. I just find synthetic brushes are easier to clean with emollient products, and it just makes everything look a lot better. And just so you guys know, I've already applied her primer, concealer, foundation, and powder, and I've contoured her just to kind of make the look more put together. But what I would recommend for you guys is to do this eye look first and then come on and put your powder and foundation on, because it's going to be messy. Now I'm taking a dome-shaped synthetic brush and I'm blending out the eyeshadow a little more just to kind of prevent that raccoon look from going on, and so that everything else is easier to blend later on in the look. Now I'm going to be taking a shimmery black eyeshadow. This one's just really pigmented black with lots of silver glitter in it. And I'm going to apply this to the entire area where we'd applied the gel eyeliner, which is just from lash line to eye socket. And this is just going to intensify the black even more. It's also going to help a cream product, because they're so emollient, prevent it from creasing, moving, and just looking gross after a couple hours. Next, I'll be taking on a crease brush just a taupey brown eyeshadow, but really you just need something a couple shades darker than your own skin tone to help blend the black into the rest of the face. Next, on a tapered blending brush, I'm going to use a burgundy colored eyeshadow to blend out from the black. This is just going to help us create the wing shape that we're going for, which is going to be really fun and sexy for Halloween, and it's also going to be a nice gradient color once we start using the darker purples and the reds, because it's going to incorporate the both of them really well. As you can tell, this look does take a lot of blending. That's just the joy of doing a dark eye. So next we're going to be taking a black eyeshadow on a blending brush, and we're just going to go back and intensify the look a little more and keep blending the blacks and the purples together, because otherwise you are going to get that awkward line, and it's really important to keep the gradient there. Now we're going to take a nice bright matte purple on that same pointed crease brush. We're going to start working that into the crease and start creating that cat eye shape even more. This color is just really going to intensify everything, and make sure that you don't look ill or sick once we start putting the red on. We're going to take that blending brush again, and we're going to work the purple and the black into each other and just really, really solidify the shape and make sure everything is really seamless. Don't be afraid to really work at the shape and take your time with it, because otherwise you're really not going to get the shape that you want at the end. Next, with a crease brush, we're going to pick up the red color. This is just going to be a really fun excuse to use a nice bright color for Halloween. These are the kind of colors you normally don't get to use, so on occasions such as this, it's just so much fun to get to use this sort of thing. And I'm going to be working this into the crease a little bit higher than where you've been putting your purples and your burgundies. That way you actually get to see some of the color, and it kind of helps create this very fun gradient between black to purple to red, and it just gets fun. Now going back in with that taupey gray shadow, we're going to blend this out a little bit more just to make sure that we don't have a really gross red line in the eye, and so it doesn't look infected or weird or anything. It's just going to make everything look a lot more natural, and just having a well blended eye looks more professional. And then we're going to go back in once again with the black, make sure that especially the bottom half of the lid is really intense and has lots of sparkle. Now taking a flat shader brush, we're going to go in with a matte highlight with all the shimmer going on. It's just going to create a lot more dimension. You want something that's a few shades lighter than your skin tone, and you're going to work it in from the color down. With a silvery color, we're going to work that into the inner third of the eye just to give the eye some lightness, because otherwise the eye is going to look very dark and heavy, and it's going to close down how large your eye looks. Next, we're going to be picking up a pinkish white color that's really shimmery, just to highlight the inner corner even more. We really want to bring a lot of lightness into the inner corner of the eye, because that's just going to really keep your eye open, and seriously, with this much black, it's not going to look cute. Otherwise, you're going to look like a really sad raccoon. Next, we're going to be taking that bright purple color on a blending brush, and we're going to just really finish off that really sharp edge. I'm really working the purple into the black to kind of just make it more gradient, more fun. You know, you want that look to not just look like you've got black, purple, red smashed on your eyelid. It's not cute. So I'm just touching up the highlight a little bit more here. I really want to make sure, once again, that gradient look is there. Now, taking the gel eyeliner, I'm going to put it on an angled brush, and I'm going to create a nice thick wing shape. I personally really like winged eyeliner. It really mimics the shape of the eye we've got going on. Also on her eye shape, it just looks really great. So we're going to do that, and it's going to just really accentuate everything else that's going on. It's also going to hide the band for our false lashes that we're going to be applying when the eye is done. Now taking a creamy dark black eye pencil, we're going to put it underneath the lash line and on the lower waterline. This is just really going to help make the look dark and sexy and also like center it. Now I'm taking a small pencil brush and I'm smudging out the bottom liner. I really want it to be dark and have some depth to it, and I also like that really smudgy look, especially when going with such a high up smoky eye. My liner went a little lower than I wanted to, so I took another pencil brush and the highlight color and I just went underneath it a little bit and lightened up the smokiness so that it didn't look quite so intense. And now I'm going back in with that same pencil brush I'd used to lighten up the under eye, and I'm putting a little bit more inner corner highlight just to really make sure that is nice and bright. Now I've applied the false lashes and I'm starting on the lower lip. I'm just using a medium berry color. This has got more of a pink undertone to the center of the lips. I really wanted to do a fun, more bright berryish colored lip. I thought it would look really nice with the look and be a bit different, and you also play into fall trends. But you could also do a light pink lip, a nude lip, a gold lip could be really fun, or even a black lip if you want to do something really daring. Next, I took a nice deep purple color and I applied it to the outer 2/3 of her lip. I really wanted to make this look have a lot of dimension to it, and doing a darker lipstick on the outer corners of your mouth just really accentuates the middle of your mouth and makes it look fuller and more pouty and that sort of thing. I just blended the two colors together a lot. I really took my time to build up the color and get it just where I wanted it to. Also, when you're doing a dark lip look like this, it's really important to make sure that you really take your time with the outer edges and you make them look nice and crisp. Otherwise, it's just going to look like a smudgy, gross mess. Here I decided to use a plummy colored blush to apply to her cheeks. I used an angled blush brush just because that's what I prefer. I also find they diffuse out color better. I really wanted to give her a more defined cheek just because this is such a fun look and it is Halloween and you can go crazy with your makeup. So I blended this out obviously on both sides. I was really going for something very upturned and sexy, and obviously she's just having all the silly fun. But once that came out, I decided I wanted it a little darker and a little more interesting looking. So I took this nudie rose color, which comes out really pigmented and fun on the cheeks, and I blended that into it just to give it a little more interest and dimension, and also because I wanted to do something a little more interesting on her cheeks. Thanks for watching. This is Dam.com. Rate, comment, subscribe.